What's up, everybody? We're out here in the Crump Swamp hanging out with Blue Cheeze. If you look up, oh, forgot we had Levi with us as well.
Always. Gang.
Brutus Maximus. Well, what we're doing today is bigging the fuck back and being bull.
We're chilling. We're about to do some wrenching though. About to go ahead and go over here and cold start this thing, and we'll pull it in. We're gonna jack up the back, and we're gonna check out our rear upper control arms. I need to shorten them. My pinion angle is not where I want it to be, and they're too long right now. So I shortened them one time before, and I might be able to shorten them, or I might not. So let's go in here and let's go start her up, pull it in, and see what we're working with. And I just put this towel up here to kind of protect my Holly screen a little bit from getting cooked. A lot of people don't think about that shit, and then they'll be like, oh no, my LCD screen went out. I'm like, oh, did you leave it just baking in the sun for fucking 8 hours? Yeah. Well, there's your fucking problem. You gotta shut an old Chevy like a man. But no gas, nothing. Cranks right on up, boys. Because if anybody knows anything about E85, you know, it creates moisture when it's warmed up, or you know, when it's burning, especially when it's cold. So we'll let her get up to temperature. And then we'll shut her off, jack it up, and then we'll come back to you. Everything's nice and cool. We don't have to worry about any moisture getting caught up in there. A lot of people don't think about them kind of things. But yeah, we got her up to temperature. I always do that. If I move my car, I always bring it up to temperature. I don't ever crank my car up on E85. Okay, gasoline is a little bit different and whatnot. But yeah, so that's what we got going on. And if y'all are wondering why I'm actually getting a little bit of fucking footage, is because it's Father's Day, and the kid and the girlfriend, they went to go see that side of the family, or her dad, and I got to fuck around and work on the race car, which is fucking great. Oh shit. Fuck some shit up first. So, like I said, what I'm working on right now is I want to get my pinion angle a little bit down my working angle is off. I'm trying to get everything in line, and I'll explain this more when I get up under there and can show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. Because a lot of people have a lot of misconceptions and about pinion angle and all this shit. I'm just going by what I know works, and the guys that I know are fast, that shit works for them. So that's all that we're doing, is we're gonna try to get a little bit more angle. Just a little bit more angle down. And like I said in my previous video, short upper bars help because it changes your instant center throughout the hit. And I think that it could benefit us in the long run. Where's my other jack stand? Where did I put the other jack stand? Shit's gone forever. Notes around here somewhere. Motherfucker. There it is. Bitch. Alright. Turn that a little bit. There we go. Perfecto mundo. I'm gonna go over there and raise that one up a click. Alright, after I get this thing set down, I'm gonna go ahead and cut. There we go. Nice and solid. Boom. Here we go. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Look how much separation this car has. Oh yeah, baby. Perfect. What's up, guys? We're back. I already popped that one out over there. I got it right here. And then this side over here, I gotta move the sway bar out of the way to be able to get the bolt out. So I'm about to unbolt the sway bar and hopefully get that last bolt out with a quickness. But sometimes the sway bar is a pain in the ass. So bear with me here. And then I gotta reset the sway bar and everything after this anyways. Everything's gonna change after I get these change these upper bars. It's gonna move everything around. You don't realize how much moving these bars around can change your weights and all of that type of stuff. Just like I suspected, that's gonna be difficult to get out. Well, not really. I mean, I just got to get the jack under here. I gotta get the bolts out first, and then I'll get the jack under here. And these are just the two 9/16 bolts that are welded on the front of my rear end. Let me see if I can. Oh shit! Let's see if I can show you guys without tipping this thing over. There we go. Like I said, I'm just undoing these bolts with it real quick. Get that out of there. Then I'm probably gonna have to get my jack under here. Maybe, we'll see. We might be able to get it out of there. After we get one side out, the other side should come out pretty easy. And I do almost everything with hand tools. I don't know, on a race car, I just feel like it's a little more thorough. You're not over tightening things as often. You can feel it. Alright, so that side's out. So the other side should, in theory, come apart pretty good. Or should. We'll see. Look at that. Came right out. Check it out. Whoop. That's how you go. That's how you do it. And then I think that I'm gonna shorten these up anyways. I gotta see what it looks like when we get it back in. I got a lot of length up there because when you're at ride height, you want your bar to be as close to level as possible. I think mine was pointing uphill. We'll see what that looks like when we get there. All right. So now that we got that bar out the way, let's see if. Can y'all see what I'm working on? Not really. Alright, well, I'm gonna try to show you guys me getting this upper control arm out, and then we'll get it on the bench. And fuck me. We'll get it up on the bench. And see what we can do to shorten these things. Alright, check it out. We got the control arms out. So this is essentially what we had before. And like I said, I had already shortened these heim joints. This heim joint, I have already shortened them before. But I'm shortening it more. This is what it looks like now. See, we have that gap. I basically cut that off. And then we have basically thread engagement halfway across this adapter right here. So I know that I still have really good thread engagement. And if I need to, I'm gonna do the same thing to this one as I did to that one. And then I'm gonna put it in, make sure everything's how I want it. I'm putting the car back on the ground to see what kind of angle we got on it. And then I'll explain to you guys the situation that I was dealing with and what I'm trying to do to alleviate it, because I think that this is going to help some of my bite issue. People say that pinion angle doesn't have anything to do with bite, and I agree to some aspect, but at the same time, there's got to be some sense in having the axle pointed towards the ground. Like, I can't think of the pinion pointing into the air, although that the car is being propelled by the 4-link bars. I don't know. I know that most of driveline angle is to ensure that your U-joints are working in what they are spec'd out to work in, the working angles. That's the main thing with driveline angles. And I did have a vibration on the top end of the track. And I kept saying that I was shaking the tires, and everybody was like, no, you're not shaking the tires. So I know that I had some driveline bind, and that's what we're trying to alleviate. After I get this one cut back down and put it back together, I'll show you what we have, and then I'll tell you what we were working with before, and if we got better or worse, the same, I'll let you guys know. Trying to keep me down all this time. Never thought I'd make it out. No. All my life, they be trying to keep me down. I decided I had to finish, but the media called me a menace. I just said what the man politics. Like I said, I just broke the jam nut loose. I'm gonna screw it on out, and now I'm just gonna bottom it out just like this one. That way I know I didn't adjust anything on this end of it, so I know that I'm gonna get an equal length, knowing that I jammed this heim joint up to here, and then I'm gonna jam this heim joint up to here. I'm gonna get an equal adjustment, knowing that I didn't mess with these, if that makes any sense. So we'll go ahead and pull this out. this one was still full length. You can tell she was bottoming out in there. Like I said, it's full thread engagement all the way to there. We're about to lop off approximately that much, maybe a little more, a little less. Ow, fuck, that's hot still. So we're gonna go ahead and cut this off. I'll go get some safety so y'all don't bitch at me. But I also do value my eyes. I've had shit in my eyes, you know, we've all grinded without it. But I prefer to grind with it in my moderate, middle old age, aka 30 years old. I just grab it and do a little eyeball action, because I know that, like I said, I know that I have plenty of thread engagement, so I'm not really worried about that too much. But I don't want to cut too much off, you know what I'm saying? So we'll go ahead and do an eyeball. Bang. So we got that shortened up. We'll pop it up here on the grinder real quick. It's starting to get a little warm on me. It's no big deal. And the cool thing is you got the jam nut on here. So what you do is you're just gonna go ahead and clean these threads up the best that you can. You know, put a nice maybe 60 degree on there. You know, just kind of make it nice, deburr it. You know, make it look halfway decent. Ow, motherfucker, yeah, she's definitely warm. And then what you can do, if you don't think that you have a good lead in on your thread, you can just go ahead and pull your jam nut off. Look how smooth that is. That's how you know a guy knows what he's doing. Boom. And if you were a little bit off right there, that jam nut would have worked similar like a thread die. So what we're gonna do now, like I said, is we're just gonna screw this back in there, and we hopefully should have lopped off enough to bottom this jam nut on there. Hopefully that was on camera right there. Like I said, man, my girl just got me this GoPro, and I'm trying to, you know, I'm learning. I'm trying to get better at this shit, at filming and whatnot, and bring some good content, because I think this is, like I said, I told you guys before, I thought this was pretty fun. So what we got here is we got two of them, where we got the same adjustment on this side, which it looks like this one might be out at cut hair further, but that I'm not changing that. I did an equal adjustment over here, and we're gonna put it back in and see what we got. All right, I'm trying to put the, I already got the chassis side in for the driver side. Now I gotta jack the rear end up a little bit to get the rear end side in. Hopefully it'll go in with pretty easy. I hope that we get the angles that I'm looking for, man. Like I said, this is for a combination of hopefully a little bit more hook, which they say it's a myth, and it very well could be. But where'd my bolt go? I'll use the one for the other side. Alright, we need to go up some more. Or something. Why doesn't it Oh, I know why. I know why. We gotta undo the shocks. Forgot about that. Fudge sickles. It's okay. It's okay. We'll get it. Gotta undo the shocks real quick. What's up, guys? I just got the driver's side back in. I'm gonna hop under there. I'm gonna turn the music down just a little bit. This fucking song sucks anyways. Alright, so check it out. We just got the driver's side control arm back in. I forgot that I had to undo my shocks because it wants to tilt the axle backwards. So we got the driver's side one back in. She's up in there. Now we're about to put the passenger side in, and this is what I was getting the video for. Damn, it's dark over there, you can't see. What you want to do is when you're putting the passenger side in, is put it in neutral. You want the bolt to slide through on both ends smoothly. You don't want any preload in this thing. And then you want to double check it on the ground with it on all the weight on the car. So what I'm going to do is just put it in right now with it in the air and stuff, the rear end hanging, with it at neutral. And then when I put the car back on the scales over there so I can slide under there a little bit easier, I'm going to get back under here with it on them scales so the car's sitting on the ground. That's important. And then double check that I don't have any preload on that top bar. Adjust it to where you can get the bolt to go straight in and out easily. That's what you want. So when we get to that point, we'll take that video too. But I just wanted to take a minute to explain that to you. And it's the same thing with the sway bar. You always want your sway bar to be neutral or a little bit of preload, but we'll talk about that later as well. All right, I'm gonna get this other upper control arm in, and then I'll hop back on here in a minute. All right, so I got the control arms back on, and now I'm trying to hook the shocks back up. Oh, looks like I gotta come back down just a little. Let's see if we can get it to slide in. Oh shit. I said I'm an amateur at this YouTube shit, man. My brother's trying though. Damn it. Now I gotta jack it up a little bit. Oh wait, no, I need to come down some more. Just a little. There we go. There we go. Should be able to tap that through. Maybe not. We'll have to lower it just a little bit. She ought to tap right in this time, like Happy Gilmore. Boom. Just tap it in. Good enough for government work. Let's go ahead and tighten her on up. What up, guys? I'm back real quick. Look, dude, sorry that I kind of suck at taking video. I'm learning how to do this shit. I need to get a better light. Actually, my light that I was using fucking burnt out, so I got to get another light. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of wrap this up a little bit. What I did was my pinion was pointing uphill, which is never good for anything. There's situations that you can get away with it slightly, but for my situation, it wasn't working. I knew that it was a problem, but I didn't realize it was as bad of a problem until I actually measured it out again. When I put them brackets in for the upper control arms, like I told you on my first video on YouTube, what it did is it extended out the location. So it moved the entire rear end, tilted it backwards. Although I shortened my bars already one time, I didn't shorten them enough. So what I did is I shortened them, and now my rear end is at 0. It's straight. It's perpendicular to the ground. my drive shaft is going downhill 1.5 degrees. So I have 1.5 degrees of pinion angle on the rear end. My motor is going down 3.5 degrees, which is more than what I would like, but I'm not redoing my motor mounts because I can take my oil pan out in the car, which is cool as a cucumber. So I have 3.5 degrees downhill on the motor. I have about 1.5 degrees on the drive shaft. So that gives us about a 2 degree pinion angle or driveline angle on the yoke for the transmission, which is good. You want to be around 2 degrees. Less than 2 degrees is where you want to be on all your driveline angles. So I'm close, I'm on the threshold, but I'm happy with it considering where we were, because I jacked the motor up too. I didn't film that, but I can show you real quick if this thing will focus. You can see all my spacers that I put in. I jacked that thing up quite a bit to get some angle out of it. So the motor is going down 3.5, 3.6. Drive shaft's going down 1.5, and then the pinion is straight right now. And so that gives us approximately 2 degrees at both joints, which is good. And the thing is the yoke on the rear end, it's level. And then, all right, so the yoke is level. This is the yoke. And then the drive shaft's going down 1.5 degrees, right? So when I come off the trans brake, the rear end's gonna want to torque up, and it's gonna give us close to a 0 degree driveline angle, and that's exactly what you want. And then on the front, it's not gonna change a lot, but you're still gonna get about that 2.5 degree, or 2 to 2.5, which is a little bit high on the front yoke, but it's reasonable considering how it is. So, driveline angles are important. You'll gain AT on them, and you got to think of these things when you're trying to, you know, be good. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. At the end of this week, my boy Connor's gonna come over and we're gonna scale this thing finally and show you the proper way to scale a race car, because a lot of people I see on YouTube don't scale it properly, and I think it shows in their results. And hopefully when we get done setting this thing up this time, we go out and we have a fucking rocket ship. All right, peace out guys, and we'll have an update at the end of this week.